Living in a neighborhood ruled by a woman who thinks she's the queen of a gated empire has its challenges. Sooner or later, she'll decide your property is her personal playground. Enter Karen, the self-appointed monarch of our HOA, who marched up to my porch like she owned the entire county. With her laminated clipboard and fake pearls swinging from her buttocks, tightened neck, she flashed a smile that was equal parts sugar and venom. "My daughter's wedding is in 2 weeks," she declared, not asking but commanding, "and your field is perfect for guest parking." Welcome to HOA Buzz. Hit like and subscribe for the juiciest HOA drama. I stared at her, half expecting a reality TV crew to pop out. My farm field, just beyond the HOA jurisdiction, was legally untouchable. But Karen didn't care about deeds or laws when her ego was calling the shots. "What do you think?" she pressed, tapping her pen on her clipboard like I'd already signed her imaginary contract. I shrugged. "I'll think about it. Got equipment out there, livestock, irrigation lines." She dismissed me with a flick of her wrist, like I was spouting gibberish. "It's just dirt. Nobody's using it for anything important. I'll send a crew to measure tomorrow." I could have shut her down right then, but instinct told me to play it cool. Karen wasn't the type to accept no. She'd do what she wanted and pin the blame on you. I'd seen her fine a veteran $200 for non-compliant bird feeders and call emergency meetings over mailbox colors. This was the woman who once reported a chicken for threatening her Yorkie. My gut screamed this wasn't a one-off request. She had bigger plans, and they spelled trouble. So I grabbed a beer, stared at my just dirt field, and knew this was far from over. Karen didn't respect boundaries, but she didn't know I wasn't some pushover farmer. I was ready for her. 2 days later, my patience was tested. I spotted a landscaping crew poking around my field's edge. No call, no permission, just a pack of guys with walkie-talkies mapping out parking spaces like it was already hers. I strolled out, calm but firm. "Can I help you fellas before you trespass any harder?" They froze, swapped nervous looks, and scurried back to their van like roaches caught in daylight. 10 minutes later, my phone rang. Karen, voice dripping with fake concern. I thought we agreed. "No," I said I'd think about it. Silence. Then she snapped, "Fine. What do you want?" I replied coolly, $1.25, 000 refundable deposit. "I'll return it after the wedding if your guests don't wreck my land." Dead air. Then she erupted, $1.25, 000 for dirt and weeds. "You're insane." "No," I said, "I just value my property more than you value my time." She went full HOA tyrant. "Go to hell with your precious farm. That land should be HOA property anyway." Click. If I didn't know Karen, I might have thought she'd backed off. But she doesn't retreat. She waits for your guard to drop. I knew she'd still try to use my field, wedding or not. Her entitled smirk said it all. So I planned quietly, legally, and with a touch of vengeance. If war was coming in pastel bows and BMW, I'd be ready to go full scorched earth. First, I activated my trail cams. Motion activated, night, vision, cloud, backed, even one hidden in a scarecrow. No chances taken. Then signs, bright red, all caps, reflective. No trespassing, private property, tire damage risk. I lined them every 20 feet with a massive banner across the gate. No one could claim they didn't see them. But the real trap was under the dirt. Over 48 hours, I crafted a masterpiece. A field laced with rusted harrow teeth, rebar, wooden spikes from old pallets, and tire poppers from a construction site. Nothing illegal, nothing deadly, just enough to make any car regret rolling in. Spaced just right, they'd ensure no vehicle got far without limping. Then I waited. Wedding day arrived like a tachyrom. Calm apocalypse. Karen's street was a sea of white ribbons and pink balloons. Like a Pinterest board exploded. Tents, champagne, a string quartet. The works. Then came the guests, 50-plus cars, Audis, Teslas, and jacked-up trucks with tinted windows. Ignoring the curb and designated lots, they rolled straight into my field. From my porch, coffee in hand, I watched. Tires crunched, thumped, then hissed. One by one, cars slowed, stopped, and sank. Chaos erupted. A BMW tilted like a wounded animal. A Lexus sputtered, flats on all four. Shouts filled the air. Karen, too busy directing valets, didn't notice the parking massacre unfolding. Screams started with the first blown tire. Honking, cursing, and the dawning horror that nobody was driving out followed. Karen sprinted to my property line in neon pink heels, screeching like a banshee at a bridal shower. "You did this," she wailed, jabbing a manicured finger. I just raised my coffee mug and sipped, smirking. Her guests stumbled out, slipping on nails, tripping on planks, and dialing tow trucks with tears streaming. The field was a junkyard of bad choices, all caught on camera. An hour later, after a tent collapsed in a gust and 3 guests stepped in cow dung, fleeing the mess, Karen was on her phone, screaming for her lawyer. "He ruined my daughter's wedding. Arrest him." Weeks later, we were in small claims court. Karen, flanked by HOA cronies, stormed in, claiming I'd trapped my field. She waved photos of shredded tires like they were crime scene evidence. Her daughter sobbed about her ruined wedding while Karen clutched a tissue, fakes, niffling on cue. My turn came. I handed the judge a folder, time-stamped footage, photos of signs, GPS-tagged logs, neighbor statements. I explained my reasonable precautions, the clear warnings, Karen's lack of permission, and her go-to-hell rant when I asked for a deposit. The judge reviewed it, looked at Karen, and said, "Ma'am, you trespassed. You ignored boundaries. You're lucky he didn't press charges." Her jaw hit the floor, ruling, "Case dismissed. Karen fined $8,000 for willful property damage." HOA insurance wouldn't cover it. The queen of the cul-de-sac was toppled. Word spread. Karen's smug glares turned to awkward silences at HOA meetings. Her reign was over. Like and subscribe for more HOA takedowns. Did Karen get what she deserved? Comment below.